Palmas ground, Air France 9827 ready to taxi. Taxi to 21 right Air France 9827.
Palmas ground, Aeromexico 9312 taxi to the gates. Taxi to gate Tango 02 Aeromexico 9312.
Palmas Tower, Asiana 1438 Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Palmas clearance good evening, Virgin 1013 ready for pushback at Tango 01.
Palmas Tower, Air France 9827 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Nearest emergency exit. The flight attendants will help you to the nearest exit.
Palmas clearance good evening, American 5739 are ready for pushback at Parker 22.
Palmas Tower good evening, Gulf Air 5954 is on final for 21 right. Cleared to land on 21 right Gulf Air 5954.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Air France 9827.
Cleared for pushback Virgin 1013.
Cleared for pushback American 5739 are.
Palmas ground, Virgin 1013 ready to taxi.
Cleared to land on 21 left Asia 3660.
Taxi to 21 right Virgin 1013.
Palmas ground, American 5739 are ready to taxi. Taxi to 21 right American 5739 are.
Palmas clearance, good evening. Asia 3255 ready for pushback at Papa 08.
Palmer's ground, Gulf Air 5954 taxi to the gates.
Cleared for pushback Asia 3255.
Taxi to gate Papa 22 Gulf Air 5954.
Palmer's Tower, good evening. Alaska 8826 is on final for 21 right. Cleared to land on 21 right Alaska 8826.
Palmas ground, Asia 3660 taxi to the gates.
Palmas ground, Asia 3255 ready to taxi. Taxi to 21 right Asia 3255.
Taxi to gate Papa 08 Asia 3660. Palmas Tower, Asia 3660 request to cross runway. Continue taxi Asia 3660.
Palmas clearance, good evening. Austrian 8161 ready for pushback at Tango 08. Cleared for pushback Austrian 8161.
Palmas Tower, Virgin 1013 ready for takeoff on 21 right. Line up and wait on 21 right Virgin 1013.
Palmas ground, Austrian 8161 ready to taxi. Taxi to 21 right Austrian 8161.
Palmas Tower, American 5739 ready for takeoff on 21 right. Cleared for takeoff on 21 right American 5739.
Palmer's ground, Alaska 8826 taxi to the gates.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Virgin 1013.
Taxi to gate Tango 08 Alaska 8826. Cleared to land on 21 right iFly 4012.
Palmas Tower, Asia 3255 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Palmer's clearance, good evening. Air India 4527 ready for pushback at Papa 00. Cleared for pushback Air India 4527.
Palmas Tower, good evening. FedEx 6738 is on final for 21 left. Cleared to land on 21 left FedEx 6738.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Asia 3255.
Palmer's ground. I fly 4012 taxi to the gates. Palmer's ground. Air India 4527 ready to taxi. Palmer's ground. I fly 4012 requesting taxi to the gates. Taxi to 21 right Air India 4527. Taxi to gate Papa 00 I fly 4012. Palmer's clearance good evening. Ethiopian 6313 ready for pushback at Tango 14. Cleared for pushback Ethiopian 6313.
Palmas Tower, Austrian 8161 ready for takeoff on 21 right. Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Austrian 8161.
Palmer's ground, FedEx 6738 taxi to the gates. Palmer's Tower good evening, American 7254 is on final for 21 right. Cleared to land on 21 right American 7254.
Palmer's ground. Ethiopian 6313 ready to taxi. Taxi to 21 right Ethiopian 6313.
Taxi to gate Tango 14 FedEx 6738. Continue taxi FedEx 6738.
Palmer's Tower. Air India 4527 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Palmer's clearance good evening. LATAM 7439 ready for pushback at Tango 11. Cleared for pushback LATAM 7439.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Air India 4527.
Palmer's ground, American 7254 taxi to the gates.
Cleared to land on 21 right Lufthansa 2160.
Palmer's ground, American 7254 requesting taxi to the gates.
Palmer's ground, LATAM 7439 ready to taxi. Taxi to 21 right LATAM 7439.
Taxi to gate Tango 11 American 7254.
Palmas clearance good evening, Aeromexico 2955 ready for pushback at Tango 12.
Palmer's Tower good evening, Turkish 90526 is on final for 21 left. Cleared to land on 21 left Turkish 90526.
Palmer's ground, Lufthansa 2160 taxi to the gates. Taxi to gate Tango 01 Lufthansa 2160.
Armors Tower, Ethiopian 6313 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Cleared for pushback Aeromexico 2955.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Ethiopian 6313.
Hold position Lufthansa 2160. Continue taxi Lufthansa 2160.
Palmer's ground, Turkish 90526 taxi to the gates.
Palmer's Tower, good evening. Dynasty 1312 is on final for 21 right. Cleared to land on 21 right Dynasty 1312.
Taxi to 21 right Aeromexico 2955.
Taxi to gate Tango 12 Turkish 90526. Palmer's Tower, Turkish 90526 request to cross runway. Continue taxi Turkish 90526.
Palmer's Tower, LHAM 7439 ready for takeoff on 21 right. Palmer's Greetings, good evening. Jet Net 906 is ready for pushback Top 18. Clear for pushback Jet Net 90661. Line up to wait on 21 right LHAM 7439er.
Palmer's clearance, good evening. Emirates 1827 ready for pushback at Tango 06.
Cleared to land on 21 left Scandinavian 5438.
Cleared for pushback Emirates 1827.
Palmer's ground, Jet Net 90661 ready, taxi. Clear for takeoff on 21 right LHAM 7439er. Taxi, 21 right Jet Net 90661.
Palmer's ground, Dynasty 1312 taxi to the gates.
Palmer's ground, Emirates 1827 ready to taxi. Taxi to 21 right Emirates 1827.
Taxi to gate Tango 06 Dynasty 1312.
Palmer's clearance, good evening. Air India 5013 ready for pushback at Tango 10.
Palmer's ground, Scandinavian 5438 taxi to the gates.
Palmer's Tower, good evening. Air India 3954 is on final for 21 right. Cleared to land on 21 right, Air India 3954.
Cleared for pushback, Air India 5013.
Taxi to gate Papa 18 Scandinavian 5438.
Palmas Tower, Aeromexico 2955 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Continue taxi Scandinavian 5438.
Palmer's ground, Air India 5013 ready to taxi. Taxi to 21 right, Air India 5013.
Palmer's ground, Air India 3954 taxi to the gates.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right, Aeromexico 2955.
Taxi to gate Tango 10, Air India 3954.
Palmer's Tower, jet Meg 966 when ready for takeoff on 21 right. Clear for takeoff on 21 right, jet Meg 96661.
Palmas Tower, Emirates 1827 ready for takeoff on 21 right. Cleared for takeoff on 21 right, Emirates 1827.
Palmas clearance, good evening. Aeromexico 9313 ready for pushback at Tango 02. Cleared for pushback, Aeromexico 9313.
Palmer's clearance, good evening. Fiji 3739 are ready for pushback at Papa 10.
Palmas ground, Aeromexico 9313 ready to taxi.
Palmer's Tower, good evening. Austrian 8660 is on final for 21 right. Cleared to land on 21 right, Austrian 8660.
Cleared for pushback, Fiji 3739er.
Palmas clearance, good evening. Siberian 8255 ready for pushback at Papa 14.
Taxi to 21 right, Aeromexico 9313.
Cleared for pushback, Siberian 8255.
Cleared to land on 21 left, Air India 4826.
Palmer's Tower, Air India 5013 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Palmer's ground, Fiji 3739 are ready to taxi. Taxi to 21 left, Fiji 3739er.
Palmas ground, Siberian 8255 ready to taxi. Taxi to 21 right Siberian 8255.
Line up and wait on 21 right Air India 5013. Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Air India 5013.
Palmer's clearance. Good evening, Austrian 4161 ready for pushback at Papa 04. Cleared to land on 21 right Alitalia 6012. Taxi to gate Papa 14 Austrian 8660. Cleared for pushback Austrian 4161.
Palmer's ground. Air India 4826 taxi to the gates.
Palmas Tower, Aeromexico 9313 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Palmer's ground. Air India 4826 taxi to the gates.
Palmer's ground, Austrian 4161 ready to taxi.
Taxi to gate Tango 02 Air India 4826.
Taxi to 21 right Austrian 4161.
Palmas Tower, Fiji 3739 request to cross runway 21 right. Continue taxi Fiji 3739.
Palmer's clearance. Good evening, Fiji 6527 ready for pushback at Papa 12.
Cleared to land on 21 left Philippines 7738.
Line up and wait on 21 right Aeromexico 9313.
Cleared for pushback Fiji 6527.
Palmas Tower, Fiji 3739 ready for takeoff on 21 left.
Palmer's clearance. Good evening, Gulf Air 5955 ready for pushback at Papa 22.
Palmas Tower, Siberian 8255 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Aeromexico 9313.
Palmer's ground, Fiji 6527 ready to taxi. Taxi to 21 right Fiji 6527. Cleared for pushback Gulf Air 5955. Palmer's ground, Alitalia 6012 taxi to the gates.
Palmer's clearance. Good evening, Speedbird 7313 ready for pushback at Tango 05. Cleared for pushback Speedbird 7313.
Armors clearance, good evening. Alaska 8827 ready for pushback at Tango 08.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Siberian 8255.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 left Fiji 3739er.
Palmas ground, Philippines 7738 taxi to the gates. Taxi to gate Qatar 12 Philippines 7738.
Palmas Tower, Austrian 4161 ready for takeoff on 21 right. Palmas ground, Gulf Air 5955 ready to taxi. Palmas ground, Alitalia 6012 requesting taxi to the gates. Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Austrian 4161.
Continue taxi Philippines 7738.
Palmas Tower, good evening. Siberian 2254 is on final for 21 right.
Palmas ground, Speedbird 7313 ready to taxi.
Taxi to 21 right Gulf Air 5955.
Clear to land on 21 right Siberian 2254.
Taxi to 21 right Speedbird 7313.
Taxi to gate Tango 05 Alitalia 6012.
Palmas clearance, good evening. UPS 2439 are ready for pushback at Tango 15.
Palmas Tower, good evening. Singapore 90160 is on final for 21 left. Cleared to land on 21 left Singapore 90160.
Cleared for pushback Alaska 8827.
Palmas clearance, good evening. Asia 3661 ready for pushback at Qatar 08.
Cleared for pushback UPS 2439er.
Cleared for pushback Asia 3661.
Palmas Tower, Fiji 6527 ready for takeoff on 21 right. Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Fiji 6527.
Palmas Tower, good evening. Ruling 1526 is on final for 21 right. Cleared to land on 21 right ruling 1526.
Taxi to gate Qatar 22 Siberian 2254.
Palmas ground, Alaska 8827 ready to taxi.
Palmas ground, UPS 2439 are ready to taxi.
Palmas ground, Asia 3661 ready for taxi.
Taxi to 21 left Alaska 8827.
Taxi to 21 right Asia 3661.
Taxi to 21 left UPS 2439er.
Palmas clearance, good evening. Lufthansa 99055 ready for pushback at Tango 04.
Palmas ground, Singapore 90160 taxi to the gates.
Palmas Tower, good evening. American 5312 is on final for 21 left.
Cleared for pushback Lufthansa 99055.
Cleared to land on 21 left American 5312.
Palmas Tower, Singapore 90160 request to cross runway. Palmas Ground, Singapore 90160 taxi to the gates.
Palmas Tower, Gulf Air 59055 ready for takeoff on 21 right. Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Gulf Air 59055.
Cleared to land on 21 right Ethiopian 3438.
Palmas Ground, Boeing 1526 taxi to the gates.
Palmas Ground, Lufthansa 99055 ready to taxi.
Taxi to gate, Qatar 10 Boeing 1526.
Palmas clearance, good evening, Jet Connect 1661 ready for pushback at Papa 26.
Palmas Tower, Speedbird 7313 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Taxi to 21 right Lufthansa 99055.
Taxi to gate Tango 04 Singapore 90160.
Cleared for pushback, Jet Connect 1661.
Palmas clearance, good evening, FedEx 6739 are ready for pushback at Tango 14. Cleared for pushback FedEx 6739er.
Palmas Ground, American 5312 taxi to the gates.
Hold position Boeing 1526. Continue taxi Boeing 1526.
Palmas Ground, Jet Connect 1661 ready to taxi.
Palmas Ground, American 5312 taxi to the gates.
Taxi to 21 right, Jet Connect 1661.
Taxi to gate Papa 26 American 5312.
Line up and wait on 21 right Speedbird 7313. Palmas Ground, FedEx 6739 are ready to taxi.
Palmas Tower, Alaska 8827 request to cross runway 21 right.
Taxi to 21 right FedEx 6739er.
Palmas Tower, good evening, Indonesia 8954 is on final for 21 left. Cleared to land on 21 left Indonesia 8954.
Continue taxi Alaska 8827.
Palmas Tower, Asia 3661 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Palmas Tower, Alaska 8827 ready for takeoff on 21 left.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Asia 3661.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Speedbird 7313. Palmas clearance, good evening, Lufthansa 2161 ready for pushback at Tango 01.
Palmas Ground, Ethiopian 3438 taxi to the gates.
Palmas clearance, good evening, Fiji 5827 ready for pushback at Papa 34.
Taxi to gate Tango 15 Ethiopian 3438.
Palmas Tower, UPS 2439, a request to cross runway 21 right.
Palmas Tower, Lufthansa 99055 ready for takeoff on 21 right. Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Lufthansa 99055.
Palmas clearance. Good evening, American 7255 ready for pushback at Tango 11.
Continue taxi UPS 2439er.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 left Alaska 8827.
Palmas ground, Indonesia 8954 taxi to the gates.
Palmas clearance. Good evening, Philippines 3013 ready for pushback at Tango 09er.
Palmas Tower, good evening. Dynasty 4660 is on final for 21 right. Cleared to land on 21 right Dynasty 4660.
Palmas clearance. Good evening, Turkish 90527 ready for pushback at Tango 12.
Palmas clearance. Good evening, iFly 4013 ready for pushback at Papa 00.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 left UPS 2439er.
Palmas ground, Indonesia 8954 taxi to the gates. Taxi to gate Papa 08 Indonesia 8954. Palmas Tower, good evening, Seychelles 6826 is on final for 21 left.
Cleared for pushback Turkish 90527. Cleared for pushback American 7255.
Cleared for pushback iFly 4013.
Palmas Tower, Jet Connect 1661 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Cleared for pushback Fiji 5827.
Cleared for pushback Philippines 3013.
Palmas ground, Turkish 90527 ready to taxi.
Cleared to land on 21 left Seychelles 6826.
Palmas ground, iFly 4013 ready to taxi.
Line up and wait on 21 right Jet Connect 1661.
Palmas ground, Fiji 5827 ready to taxi.
Taxi to 21 right Turkish 90527. Taxi to 21 left American 7255.
Palmas ground, Philippines 3013 ready to taxi.
Taxi to 21 right Fiji 5827.
Taxi to 21 left iFly 4013.
Taxi to 21 right Philippines 3013.
Palmas Tower, FedEx 6739 are ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Palmas Tower, good evening, Fiji 7012 is on final for 21 left. Cleared to land on 21 left Fiji 7012.
Cleared for pushback Lufthansa 2161.
Palmas ground, Seychelles 6826 taxi to the gates.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right FedEx 6739er.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Jet Connect 1661.
Cleared to land on 21 right Jet Airways 2738. Continue taxi Seychelles 6826.
Palmas ground, Dynasty 4660 taxi to the gates. Taxi to gate Tango 12 Dynasty 4660.
Palmas ground, Lufthansa 2161 ready to taxi. Taxi to 21 left Lufthansa 2161. Palmas clearance good evening, Emirates 4255 ready for pushback at Tango 13. Cleared for pushback Emirates 4255.
Palmas Tower, iFly 4013 request to cross runway 21 right. Palmas ground, Fiji 7012 taxi to the gates.
Palmas Tower good evening, Abex 90254 is on final for 21 left.
Hold position Fiji 5827. Palmas clearance good evening, Dynasty 1313 ready for pushback at Tango 06.
Cleared to land on 21 left Abex 90254.
Palmas clearance good evening. Ruling 8739 ready for pushback at Pop 28.
Palmas ground, Emirates 4255 ready to taxi.
Palmas Tower good evening, fly B1160 is on final for 21 right. Clear to land on 21 right fly B1160.
Palmas ground, Fiji 7012 taxi to the gates. Continue taxi iFly 4013.
Palmas ground, Jet Airways 2738 requesting taxi to the gates.
Palmas clearance good evening, Gulf Air 6161 ready for pushback at Papa 20.
Taxi to 21 left Emirates 4255.
Continue taxi Fiji 5827.
Taxi to gate Papa 04 Jet Airways 2738.
Taxi to gate Papa 00 Fiji 7012. Palmas Tower, iFly 4013 ready for takeoff on 21 left.
Palmas clearance good evening, Air India 3955 ready for pushback at Tango 10.
Palmas Tower, Lufthansa 2161 request to cross runway 21 right.
Palmas ground, Abex 90254 taxi to the gates.
Cleared to land on 21 left Siberian 5526.
Continue taxi Lufthansa 2161.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 left iFly 4013.
Taxi to gate Tango 14 Abex 90254.
Palmas clearance good evening, American 7527 ready for pushback at Papa 16.
Palmas Tower, Abex 90254 request to cross runway.
Cleared for pushback Air India 3955.
Cleared for pushback Dynasty 1313.
Palmas Tower, American 7255 request to cross runway 21 right.
Cleared for pushback ruling 8739.
Palmas Tower, Lufthansa 2161 ready for takeoff on 21 left.
Palmas Tower, Philippines K013 ready for takeoff on 21 right. Palmas ground, fly B1160 taxi to the gates. Palmas ground, fly B1160 requesting taxi to the gates.
Palmas Tower, Siberian 5526 is going around.
Palmas ground, Air India 3955 ready to taxi.
Palmas ground, Dynasty 1313 ready to taxi.
Continue taxi of X90254.
Palmas ground, ruling 8739 ready to taxi.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 left Lufthansa 2161.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Philippines 3013.
Continue taxi American 7255. Palmas Tower, Turkish 90527 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Palmas clearance good evening, Scandinavian 5439 ready for pushback at Papa 18.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Turkish 90527.
Palmas Tower, Fiji 5827 ready for takeoff on 21 right. Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Fiji 5827.
Cleared to land on 21 right United 3312.
Palmas Tower, American 7255 ready for takeoff on 21 left. Cleared for takeoff on 21 left American 7255.
Taxi to 21 right Air India 3955.
Taxi to 21 left Dynasty 1313.
Palmas Tower good evening, Turkish 8438 is on final for 21 left. Cleared to land on 21 left Turkish 8438. Palmas Tower, Emirates 4255 request to cross runway 21 right.
Taxi to 21 right ruling 8739.
Cleared for pushback Gulf Air 6161.
Cleared for pushback Scandinavian 5439.
Cleared for pushback American 7527.
Hold position ruling 8739.
Continue taxi Emirates 4255.
Taxi to gate Papa 28 fly B1160.
Continue taxi ruling 8739.
Palmas ground, Gulf Air 6161 ready to taxi.
Palmas ground, Scandinavian 5439 ready to taxi.
Palmas ground, American 7527 ready to taxi.
Palmas Tower good evening. Turtolux 4954 is on final for 21 right. Cleared to land on 21 right Turtolux 4954.
Taxi to 21 right Scandinavian 5439.
Palmas ground, United 3312 requesting taxi to the gates.
Taxi to 21 left Gulf Air 6161.
Taxi to 21 right American 7527. Cleared for takeoff on 21 left Emirates 4255.
Palmas Tower good evening. Turkish 6660 is on final for 21 left. Cleared to land on 21 left Turkish 6660.
Palmas clearance good evening, Asia 2313 ready for pushback at Papa 32.
Taxi to gate Papa 20 Turkish 8438.
Taxi to gate Tango 06 United 3312.
Palmas clearance good evening, Austrian 8661 ready for pushback at Papa 14.
Palmer's clearance. Good evening, Jet Connect 9439 ready for pushback at Papa 06.
Cleared for pushback Air India 4827.
Continue taxi Turkish 8438.
Palmer's clearance. Good evening, United 1955 ready for pushback at Tango 07.
Cleared for pushback Asia 2313.
Cleared for pushback Austrian 8661.
Cleared for pushback United 1955.
Palmer's Tower, Dynasty 1313 request to cross runway 21 right.
Palmer's ground, Air India 4827 ready to taxi.
Cleared for pushback Jet Connect 9439.
Continue taxi Dynasty 1313. Palmer's clearance. Good evening, Alitalia 6013 ready for pushback at Tango 05.
Cleared to land on 21 right LATAM 7826. Taxi to gate Tango 1B Cargo X 4954.
Palmer's ground, Asia 2313 ready to taxi. Taxi to 21 right Asia 2313.
Palmer's ground, Austrian 8661 ready to taxi.
Taxi to 21 left Air India 4827.
Palmer's ground, United 1955 ready to taxi.
Cleared to land on 21 left Oman Air 2012.
Taxi to 21 right Austrian 8661.
Taxi to gate top 32 Turkish 6660.
Palmer's Tower, Dynasty 1313 ready for takeoff on 21 left.
Palmer's ground, Jet Connect 9439 ready to taxi.
Palmer's Tower, Air India 3955 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Palmer's clearance. Good evening, Philippines 7739 ready for pushback at Papa 12.
Palmer's clearance. Good evening, Siberian 2255 ready for pushback at Papa 22.
Continue taxi Turkish 6660.
Taxi to 21 right Jet Connect 9439. Palmer's clearance. Good evening, Air France 5661 ready for pushback at November 02. Palmer's Tower, Gulf Air 6161 request to cross runway 21 right.
Cleared for pushback Siberian 2255.
Cleared for pushback Alitalia 6013.
Cleared for pushback Air France 5661.
Cleared for pushback Philippines 7739.
Palmer's Tower. Good evening, American 9738 is on final for 21 right. Cleared to land on 21 right American 9738.
Palmer's clearance. Good evening, Fly B3827 ready for pushback at Papa 24.
Palmer's ground, LATAM 7826 taxi to the gates.
Palmer's Tower. Good evening, ruling 1254 is on final for 21 left. Cleared to land on 21 left ruling 1254.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Air India 3955.
Palmer's ground, Siberian 2255 ready to taxi.
Palmer's ground, Alitalia 6013 ready to taxi.
Continue taxi Gulf Air 6161.
Taxi to gate top 18 LATAM 7826.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 left Dynasty 1313.
Palmer's ground, Oman Air 2012 taxi to the gates. Palmas Tower, American 7527 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Palmas Ground, Philippines 7739 ready to taxi.
Palmas Tower, Air India 4827 request to cross runway 21 right.
Palmas Tower, Gulf Air 6161 ready for takeoff on 21 left.
Taxi to 21 left Air France 5661.
Taxi to Gate Papa 16 Oman Air 2012.
Taxi to 21 right Siberian 2255.
Taxi to 21 left Philippines 7739.
Continue taxi Air India 4827.
Line up and wait on 21 left Gulf Air 6161.
Palmas clearance, good evening, Continental 8013 ready for pushback at Tango 03. Cleared for pushback, Continental 8013.
Palmas Tower, Air India 4827 ready for takeoff on 21 left.
Palmas Ground, American 9738 taxi to the gates.
Palmas Tower, good evening, JetBlue 5160 is on final for 21 right. Cleared to land on 21 right JetBlue 5160.
Cleared to land on 21 left Boliviana 3526.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 left Air India 4827.
Palmas clearance, good evening. Ethiopian 3439 ready for pushback at Tango 15.
Palmas clearance, good evening. Singapore 9161 ready for pushback at Tango 04. Taxi to Gate Tango 02 American 9738.
Continue taxi Vueling 1254.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 left Gulf Air 6161.
Palmas ground, Continental 8013 ready to taxi.
Cleared for pushback, fly B3827.
Taxi to 21 left, Continental 8013.
Taxi to 21 right United 1955.
Taxi to 21 left Alitalia 6013.
Palmas clearance, good evening, Kestrel 4739 ready for pushback at Papa 30. Cleared for pushback Kestrel 4739.
Cleared for pushback Vueling 1527.
Cleared for pushback Ethiopian 3439.
Palmas ground, fly B3827 ready to taxi.
Cleared for pushback Singapore 9161.
Palmas ground, Boliviana 3526 taxi to the gates.
Cleared to land on 21 left Haley IANCAA 312.
Cleared to land on 21 right TUI Air 4438. Palmas ground, JetBlue 5160 taxi to the gates.
Palmas ground, Kestrel 4739 ready to taxi.
Palmas Ground, Vueling 1527 ready to taxi.
Palmas ground, JetBlue 5160 requesting taxi to the gates.
Palmas Tower, Boliviana 3526 request to cross runway.
Palmas clearance, good evening, Caribbean 6255 ready for pushback at November 03.
Palmas ground, Ethiopian 3439 ready to taxi.
Palmas clearance, good evening, American 5313 ready for pushback at Papa 26.
Taxi to gate Picard 14 Boliviana 3526.
Palmas ground, Singapore 90161 ready to taxi.
Taxi to gate Papa 12 JetBlue 5160.
Taxi to 21 right Ethiopian Blue 439er.
Taxi to 21 left Singapore 90161.
Palmas Clearance good evening. Dynasty 4661 ready for pushback at Tango 12.
Taxi to 21 right fly B3827.
Cleared for pushback American 5313.
Palmas ground, AVIANCAA 312 taxi to the gates.
Cleared for pushback Caribbean 6255.
Cleared for pushback Dynasty 4661.
Palmas ground, TUI Air 4438 taxi to the gates.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right American 7527.
Palmas ground, TUI Air 4438 requesting taxi to the gates.
Palmas tower, AVIANCAA 312 request to cross runway. Palmas ground, AVIANCAA 312 taxi to the gates. Palmas clearance good evening. Cielo T7161 ready for pushback at Papa 02.
Palmas Tower, Scandinavian 5439 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Taxi to gate Tango 07 TUI Air 4438.
Palmas clearance good evening, Indonesia 8955 ready for pushback at Papa 08.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Scandinavian 5439er.
Palmas ground, American 5313 ready to taxi.
Palmas ground, Caribbean 6255 ready to taxi.
Palmas ground, Dynasty 4661 ready to taxi. Clear for takeoff on 21 right ruling 8739er.
Continue taxi Air France 5661. Palmas Tower, Jet Connect 90439 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Palmas clearance good evening, Etihad 2527 ready for pushback at November 01.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Jet Connect 90439.
Palmas Tower, Philippines 7739 request to cross runway 21 right. Continue taxi Philippines 7739.
Palmas Tower, Austrian 8661 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 left Air France 5661.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Austrian 8661.
Palmas Tower, Continental 8013 request to cross runway 21 right. Continue taxi Continental 8013.
Palmas Tower, Asia 2313 ready for takeoff on 21 right. Palmas Tower, Philippines 7739 ready for takeoff on 21 left. Cleared for takeoff on 21 left Philippines 7739.
Palmas Tower good evening, fly B6954 is on final for 21 right. Cleared to land on 21 right fly B6954.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Asia 2313.
Continue taxi Alitalia 6013.
Palmas Tower, Siberian 2255 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Palmas ground, AVIANCAA 312 requesting taxi to the gates.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 left Continental 8013. Cleared to land on 21 left Aeromexico 7660.
Taxi to gate top 24 ALIANCAA 312.
Palmer's Tower, Alitalia 6013 ready for takeoff on 21 left.
Palmas Tower, Singapore 90161 request to cross runway 21 right.
Taxi to 21 right Dynasty 4661.
Taxi to 21 left American 5313.
Taxi to 21 right Doolin 1527.
Taxi to 21 left Kestrel 4739er.
Cleared for pushback Etihad 2527.
Palmas ground, fly B6954 taxi to the gates.
Cleared to land on 21 right Vueling 2826.
Continue taxi Singapore 90161.
Palmas clearance good evening, Abex 90255 ready for pushback at Tango 14.
Line up and wait on 21 left Alitalia 6013.
Palmas ground, fly B6954 requesting taxi to the gates.
Palmas ground, Etihad 2527 ready to taxi.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 left Alitalia 6013.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 left Singapore 90161.
Taxi to gate Papa 30 fly B6954. Palmas ground, Aeromexico 7660 taxi to the gates.
Palmas Tower good evening, Asiana 9012 is on final for 21 left. Cleared to land on 21 left Asiana 9012.
Palmas clearance good evening, Seychelles 6827 ready for pushback at Parker 34.
Palmas Tower, Aeromexico 7660 request to cross runway 03 left.
Cleared for pushback Abex 90255.
Palmas clearance good evening, Jet Airways 2739 are ready for pushback at Parker 04.
Taxi to 21 left Etihad 2527.
Palmas ground, Vueling 2826 taxi to the gates.
Palmas Tower good evening, Ethiopian 1738 is on final for 21 right. Cleared to land on 21 right Ethiopian 1738.
Taxi to 21 right Caribbean 6255.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Siberian 2255. Palmas ground, Abex 90255 ready to taxi.
Palmas ground, Aeromexico 7660 taxi to the gates.
Taxi to gate Packet 26 Vueling 2826.
Palmas Tower, United 1955 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Palmas Tower, American 5313 request to cross runway 21 right.
Taxi to 21 right Abex 9 or 255.
Taxi to gate Tango 12 Aeromexico 7660.
Cleared for pushback Jet Airways 2739er. Cleared for pushback Indonesia 8955.
Cleared for pushback Philippines 7161.
Cleared for pushback Seychelles 6827.
Continue taxi American 5313.
Palmas ground, Asiana 9012 taxi to the gates.
Cleared to land on 21 left Philippines 5254.
Palmas Tower, Asiana 9012 request to cross runway 03 left. Palmas ground, Asiana 9012 taxi to the gates.
Palmas Tower, Kestrel 4739 request to cross runway 21 right.
Taxi to gate Tango 05 Asiana 9012.
Palmas ground, Jet Airways 2739 ready to taxi. Palmas ground, Indonesia 8955 ready to taxi.
Continue taxi Kestrel 4739.
Palmas ground, Philippines 7161 ready to taxi.
Cleared to land on 21 right Airflow 3160. Palmas Tower, American 5313 ready for takeoff on 21 left.
Palmas ground, Ethiopian 1738 taxi to the gates. Palmas ground, Seychelles 6827 ready to taxi.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right United 1955.
Palmas Tower, Etihad 2527 request to cross runway 21 right.
Taxi to gate Tango 04 Ethiopian 1738. Palmas Tower, Vueling 1527 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Line up and wait on 21 left American 5313.
Taxi to 21 right Seychelles 6827.
Palmas Tower, Kestrel 4739 ready for takeoff on 21 left.
Taxi to 21 left Indonesia 8955. Taxi to 21 right Jet Airways 2739.
Palmas clearance good evening. Cargo looks 4955 ready for pushback at Tango 13. Palmas ground, Philippines 5254 taxi to the gates.
Cleared to land on 21 left Philippines 8526.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 left Kestrel 4739.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 left American 5313.
Continue taxi Etihad 2527.
Palmas Tower, Philippines 5254 request to cross runway.
Line up and wait on 21 right Vueling 1527.
Palmas Tower, fly B3827 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Palmas ground, Philippines 5254 taxi to the gates.
Palmas Tower, Etihad 2527 ready for takeoff on 21 left.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right fly B3827.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Wheeling 1527.
Palmas Tower, Caribbean 6255 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Cleared to land on 21 right Asia 4312.
Palmas ground, airflow 3160 taxi to the gates.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Caribbean 6255.
Palmas clearance good evening. Turkish 8439 ready for pushback at Papa 20.
Line up and wait on 21 left Etihad 2527.
Palmas Tower good evening. Boliviana 6438 is on final for 21 left. Cleared to land on 21 left Boliviana 6438.
Palmas Tower, Ethiopian 3439 ready for takeoff on 21 right. Taxi to 21 right Philippines 7161.
Palmas ground, Philippines 8526 taxi to the gates.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 left Etihad 2527.
Palmas clearance good evening, fly B1161 ready for pushback at Papa 28.
Taxi to gate Papa 34 Philippines 5254.
Palmas ground, Philippines 8526 taxi to the gates.
Taxi to gate Tango 03 airflow 3160.
Taxi to gate Papa 10 Philippines 8526. Palmas clearance good evening, Fiji 7013 ready for pushback at Papa 00.
Cleared for pushback Cargo X4955.
Cleared for pushback Turkish 8439.
Cleared for pushback fly B1161.
Cleared for pushback Fiji 7013.
Cleared for pushback LATAM 7827.
Palmas clearance good evening, United 3313 ready for pushback at Tango 06. Cleared for pushback United 3313.
Palmas clearance good evening. Turkish 6661 ready for pushback at Papa 32.
Palmas ground, Turkish 8439 ready to taxi.
Palmas ground, Cargo X4955 ready to taxi.
Palmas Tower good evening. Hawaiian 7954 is on final for 21 right. Cleared to land on 21 right Hawaiian 7954.
Palmas ground, fly B1161 ready to taxi.
Cleared for pushback Turkish 6661.
Palmas Tower good evening. Air France 2660 is on final for 21 left. Cleared to land on 21 left Air France 2660.
Palmas ground, Fiji 7013 ready to taxi.
Taxi to gate Papa 08 Asia 4312.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Ethiopian 3439. Palmas ground, LATAM 7827 ready to taxi.
Palmas Tower, Boliviana 6438 request to cross runway.
Palmas Tower, Dynasty 4661 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Palmas ground, United 3313 ready to taxi.
Palmas ground, Turkish 6661 ready to taxi.
Palmas Tower, Indonesia 8955 request to cross runway 21 right.
Continue taxi Boliviana 6438.
Palmas clearance good night. American 9739 ready for pushback at Tango 02.
Continue taxi Indonesia 8955.
Line up to wait on 21 right Dynasty 4661.
Palmas Tower, Indonesia 8955 ready for takeoff on 21 left. Line up and wait on 21 left Indonesia 8955.
Palmas Tower, Abex 9255 ready for takeoff on 21 right. Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Abex 9255.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Dynasty 4661.
Cleared for takeoff on 21 left Indonesia 8955.
Palmas Tower, Philippi 7161 ready for takeoff on 21 right. Cleared for takeoff on 21 right Philippi 7161. Palmas Tower good night. Lufthansa 9826 is on final for 21 left. Cleared to land on 21 left Lufthansa 9826.
Cleared to land on 21 right Air India 1012. Palmas ground, Air France 2660 taxi to the gates.
Palmas ground, Hawaiian 7954 taxi to the gates.
Palmas Tower, Jet Airways 2739 ready for takeoff on 21 right.
Taxi to gate Tango 01 Air France 2660.
Taxi to gate November 03 Hawaiian 7954.
Taxi to 21 right LATAM 7827. Taxi to 21 left Turkish 6661.
Taxi to 21 right Turkish 8439er.
Taxi to 21 left fly B1161.
Taxi to 21 right Fiji 7013.